I don't think anything wrong with simping. Let me explain what I mean. The idea of courting a woman, letting women know that you're interested, letting them know that, hey, I'm interested in you, getting them flowers, taking them out on a date. I think those things are inherently good. I think where we go wrong is when that person that you're trying to court, it's not giving you that energy that they want to be courted by you. That they're not giving you a level of communication that I think anybody should deserve in the process of trying to get to know someone, right? Or asking for weird requests early in relationships, like money, paying bills, things of that nature. I think once you start paying for stuff and paying bills and you're not getting a decent level of communication, a decent level of respect, I think simping is the right term and you shouldn't be tolerated. I think you got to have more respect for yourself in that regard. But I think the idea of courting, the idea of just trying to get to know somebody, the idea of taking on dates, I don't think that's simping. And I think we're starting to get to an idea in the relationships and in the dating situation where we're starting to say, hey, anything you do for somebody is simping, right? As a man, you simping for that girl, you taking her on dates, you give them compliments. And I know it's not everybody, but I think it's starting to get that we don't want to show emotion early on and get too attached to somebody because they're gonna play us. And I think, newsflash, you're gonna get played by somebody, right? You're gonna get done dirty by somebody. It happens, right? But I think that we're getting to a point where nobody really wants to put their emotions out there and fear that somebody's going to destroy them or break their heart. And I understand how scary that can be. I understand how tough that's going to be. But I think not expressing those emotions, suppressing those emotions, those romantic emotions, or being yourself in those moments can also be as damaging, if not more damaging, if you go all the way through with it. I don't want to have regrets in my life, right? So I went after people like women, and I've been rejected. I have been disrespected at times, and I have been left on red. The communication has been bad. But what I have learned is, in all those times, my boundaries were bad. My confidence wasn't all the way there. These things taught me that I had to work on my confidence. I had to work on my self-esteem. I had to work on how I don't feel up to par with the people I'm courting. And what I realized is, I'm not looking at these people for who they are. I'm looking at how they look. And I think a lot of times as men, we look at how women look and we equate those good qualities, personality qualities, with the way they look. And I think a lot of times when you look at it on the women's side, I think that, cooking for a man, being respectful for a man, appreciating a man, buying things for a man, is starting to be looked up down on social media because, like, how dare you do these things for a man and you don't have a ring on your finger or you're not married. And I think that this showing basic respect and decency and sometimes going the extra mile for a person is now starting to look down on. It's all about how much can I get before I start putting out? How much can I get out of this person before I have to really show any emotion, any sort of respect for the person before I have to start, doing what I need to do. But I think if on both sides, let's just say for hypothetical reasons, right, you have a situation where a man's courting a woman tough, hard, and is doing a lot, and putting out a lot of energy into the relationship. He's gonna have to withstand doing that constantly in the relationship because that's what the woman's used to. Instead of just being yourself, right? And when I mean being yourself in the idea of, hey, I don't have that type of money to just be doing all these things. Hey, I don't have the type of personality that's just giving all the time, right? I have to be myself, right? And being comfortable in your energy, being comfortable in your skin, being comfortable with the rejection, being comfortable with, hey, this might not work out, right? But understand that when I do put out emotion, when I do put out a good loving heart, a caring heart, and showing to pursue somebody, you're not losing anything by this person turning you down. You're not losing anything from this person not taking you seriously. It's just one way to say, okay, this person's not interested. We move on to somebody that really cares. And I think not showing respect and decency because, you feel like I got to hold myself in before I put out is showing that we haven't improved. Listen, yes, people have hurt me, people have disrespected me, but I'm a nice person at heart. I'm a caring person at heart, and that's what I'm gonna be, right? I'm not gonna let somebody change me because I had a couple bad experiences. And I think that's what happens. We have a couple bad experiences, and I'm not negating people's emotions and how situations shape people, because it does shape people. But we have to get to a point where we have to heal ourselves. We have to give people a chance. And we don't start from a blank slate. I think men come in with this preconceived notion of how women are, and I think women come into this preconceived notion of how men are, instead of looking at people for individuals. Just looking at that person as an individual. Hey, okay, this person is like this, versus he's a man, he's gonna act like this. He's a woman, she's gonna act like this. Nah, this person is his own person with their own personalities, their own whatever, and we have to sit there and kind of just watch and let them dictate how we're going to treat them based on their actions. And I think we come with just too much of, oh, I kind of already know how you are, because they're trying to figure it out before they have to really, pursue something, really figure out what it is. And so I don't think, like I said, I just don't think simping is bad in the idea of courting somebody, right? I don't think that's a bad idea. I just think that we got into this idea of social media making us feel that if we're just being respectful and nice and doing things for people, we're somehow, like losing the battle in the emotional bag because we're being nice to somebody. And I just think that's not true,